现场以及屏幕前的星际指挥官们，大家下午好，我是主持人陈小兔，欢迎大家来到2026斗鱼嘉年华星际争霸传奇赛的比赛直播现场，欢迎大家。 感谢大家。那么我们在这2天继续会为大家带来我们非常多的传奇星际比赛。那今天也是来到了我们第2天的一个比赛日。在昨天的比赛里面 ，A 组跟 D 组奥利维拉以及素选手已经分别从胜者组出现。那解释跟 TY 也是从各自的 败者组一路杀了出来。那今天在我们的正式比赛开始之前，有一段非常传奇的表演赛要带给大家。我们的星际老男孩要上来一展自己的才华了。那接下来我们用最热烈的掌声来欢迎一下，会为我们带来2边的这个表演赛内容的2支队伍，来欢迎。 首先欢迎我们的土豆工厂队，接下来就欢迎我们的 Y Team。来，先问一下黄哥 ，Y Team 这个名字是谁取的？为什么要叫这个名字？
我不知道，因为我上来就看到我们叫 Y Team， 我也不知道为什么叫这个名字。
你的2位队友知道吗？
我跟你一样的，我跟你一样时间来的，我怎么会知道？
我猜是不是本来想叫 XY Team 象瑶 Team，
不是，那太丢人了，太丢人了。
所以我们就缩写成了 Y Team。那这边我们也是想问一下，为什么要叫土豆工厂这个名字呢
they go. Why we call potato factory? Just explain it.
Well, I've been told that Xiaosu and F91 look like potatoes. And based on our last Dota matches, they also play like ones.
And then?
Well, we made roast potatoes out of them.
OK. 就是说他们原来打那个星际表演赛的时候，就是起的这个土豆工厂这个名字嘛，是 Lambo 起的，最早是那个打那个 Dota 2那个表演赛 Lambo 起的，然后就沿用下来了。然后今天呢，他们也要继续，那个主要呢是因为黄哥打 Dota 打的就像土豆一样，然后他们很喜欢这个外号。 然后就把这个外号沿用下来了，然后他们说他们今天要继续烤土豆啊，要 roast potato。
黄哥怎么办？现在你在洋人圈已经土豆的这个名号出名了。
没事儿，我觉得星际打完了之后，我们找机会再约个 DOTA， 我们有个5000分的神族，想跟他们交流一下。
哦，5000分神族今天下午会到现场哦，大家期待一下。那我赛前听袁飞说，好像他们准备用1只手来打，是真的还是假的？
you told me before you guys will use one hand to defend him. Is this true?
Well, I was just surprised when I saw the teams. I thought we had some kind of handicap. But yeah, maybe.
他说他看到对阵的时候是这么想的，但是他说谁知道呢？万一呢，对吧？就吹毛了啊，吹毛了。
哦，总结一下，吹毛了，都是被黄哥传染的。那黄哥，你们今天有信心吗？毕竟有李培南带你们，但是你们这2只毒爆怎么办呢？
不是，我觉得我们已经想好战术了，到时候干他们就完了，好吧？
真的吗？你们想的是什么战术？小小的透露一点。
我们想的战术，我怎么能告诉你呢？万一他
们听不懂。
嘎姐会中文的好不好？
哦，对他们有嘎姐在，嘎姐现在中文很好。嘎姐假装听不懂，其实嘎姐现在的中文非常的好。好的，那么我们也是有请我们2边的队伍到我们的对战席，马上就要开始我们的表演赛了。那我们接下来要把画面交给我们最专业、最传奇的解说席。
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the 2026 Douyu Cup day number 2. Big shout, of course, to our lovely host and to the teams that are going to be facing off against each other. We have Team Potato Factory up against Team Y. Let's go, baby, let's go. For those that are curious, so just now tuning in, welcome to a big offline event happening in China, the Douyu Cup. Yesterday we were live with day 1, and now we are live with day number 2. And today we're going to be kicking things off with a fun and ShowMatch before the group stage. Let's go. So we do have a ShowMatch here. It is going to be Team Y, which is going to be Xiaose, it's going to be F91, and Oliveira, the XXY players. Meanwhile, we do have a Potato Factory, which is going to be Kelazar, Diego, Scarlet, and Neeb. And then we're just giving a little bit of a backstory as to the name themselves, why they're called Potato Factory. Again, the casting Chinese duo F91 and Xiaose, there's a lot of potato memes. A lot of memes about how they look like potatoes. There's a lot of memes about that that circulate throughout the Chinese StarCraft scene, and they're going to be cooking the potatoes, pappy, in the factory. Let's go. So it's going to be a fun 3v3 show match to break the ice, to get into the rest of the event, of course, to get into the group stage itself, where Neeb, Kelazar, and Scarlet are going to be competing throughout the course of the day. It's going to be a long day of StarCraft. Yesterday it was like it was an 8-hour cast. It was 8 hours. So I'm hoping that this time there are less technical difficulties and we can get into our games a little bit smoother. I'm hoping for maybe like a 6-hour cast. That's what I'm hoping for. But regardless, plenty of games are going to be upon us here. And again, we kick things off with that show match with that 3v3. 3v3. Let's go. Just catching up with the chat. No. The streak is saved. You made it, Solensman. You made it. She's saying Scarlet pretends to not understand, but her Chinese is really good. True. Very true. They should have had Scarlet step in to advocate for the team. It would have been nice. I mean, I'm sure she's gonna have opportunities to maybe showcase her Chinese as well. But true. Is relative. I don't know if I want to say fluent, but is solid when it comes to her Mandarin, her Chinese. As we can see, our players stepping in. Sleep deprived. We all are, but true. It's a shame they didn't do this a week ago. For those that are maybe unaware, because I did see like some sentiments in the chat about that. The players were already preparing in the PTR for this tournament. If this occurred a week ago, it would have been on the PTR. Like the plan for this event was to be on the PTR regardless. So the original plan was to be on the PTR, and then the patch went live, so they're just playing it on the live version of the game instead. I think there were some people that were like saying like, oh, it's a shame that they're not playing on the old patch or something. It's like the plan was to play it at least on the PTR to begin with. When it comes to the event itself, again, this is a big Legends event featuring players like Scarlet, like Kelazar as well, TY, Innovation, Trap, Impact, Deer as well, Fantasy, and many others. So some old Oliveira, of course, and some old school players have been competing here tonight. We're already halfway through the group stage, and now we have the other half coming up as well. Let's go. Let us go. For the time being, again, Vita, the players are setting up and they're making sure they're all ready and good to go. Vámonos. Getting ready for our 3v3. Bearing in mind, this will be a best of one. So not the most serious, again, it's just a show match, like a way to break the ice, just a best of one 3v3. But I'm ready for our players. Oh. Getting ready, baby. Just catching up with the chat. Oh, the 230 stream streak. Oh no. You're crazy, Baby. You're crazy. Hey, everyone's drinking boba. Let's go. I'm getting celoso. I want some boba back. Ay. But thank you so much as well. Thank you so much, Baby Links, for the translations of the chats. We do appreciate it. As again, it's going to be a very long day of StarCraft. A lot of best of threes here. I guess we can very, very quickly have a look at the brackets. I don't want to miss anything on the main stream. So very quickly we can look at the day ahead of us. Un momento. Before we get into the game itself. Bam. There we go. Okay. So very quickly here. So today is going to be after the show match, Group B and Group C. We'll be going over this a little bit later on as well. Group B will consist of Neeb. We have Neeb, we have Maxed, Cyan, and Impact. Again, I'm a big Impact fan. I can't wait to see him play. He's my boy. He's my boy. But Neeb is going to be there, Maxed and Cyan as well. So we have our our group of 4. That's Group B. Group C is going to be Scarlet, Innovation, Deer, and Kelazar. I'll be honest, Group C is the most stacked group, like 100%. It's a very stacked group. I think I said this before, but Group C, like, it's a blast. I look at Group C and I think of 2013. That's what I think of. 2013 StarCraft. Scarlet, Innovation, Deer, and Kellizer. Kellizer a little bit less so. Kellizer, he was still an up-and-comer back then, but the other three were they were like some of the best players in the world, like in 2013, like in Heart of the Storm, straight up. Like, they were some of the best players in the world. They were all very competitive with each other, and now here we are 13 years later. That's crazy. That's crazy. 13 years later, and they're going to be competing again in a group, in a GSL style group as well. Bear that in mind. Top two will advance on, bottom two will be knocked out of the tournament, but that'll be later on in the day. For now though, we do have BAM, our 3v3. Our 3v3 show match is soon to be upon us. Yeah, getting ready. Este penan, pap. Este penan. Yeah, all good, all good, all good. Sorry, I guess leading into that as well, all the players that were practicing on the PTR in the lead up to this tournament, so, you know, Trap, Sue, Scarlet, all these players were practicing on the PTR in preparation for this event that was announced, you know, a month or even more ago. They were setting up. So we get ready for our show match. When it comes to other show matches that are going to be held, we did have a 3v3 show match yesterday, which was Team G, the OGs. That's it, the OGs versus XSKT. That was yesterday. I will have to actually fix up the Wikipedia page because they have the wrong players listed. Actually, I can just show it off here. I'll try to get around to it. If not, maybe someone who's watching can maybe fix it up as well. Nah, actually we can't quite see it. But on Wikipedia, it says it was Maxed, XY, and Coffee versus Innovation, Sue, and Trap. That is incorrect. Trap did not play in the show match. It was Fantasy. It was Innovation, Fantasy, and Sue instead. So very different. They swapped Trap for Fantasy. So we'll have to get around. I will have to remember to try to fix that. It's just like these casting days have been so long. It's just the mind is gone after the casting day, Pat. It's gone. We'll try to remember. But it's Fantasy did compete instead. So again, our players are getting ready. Likewise, if you want to tune into this event, it's being casted in Chinese over on Douyu. It's going to be casted in Chinese. Who's covering this? I think XY is currently casting. I did miss the casters on the casting couch earlier, but obviously Xiao Se and F91 are playing for this event for the show match. But they do like to rotate casters. Oliveira, he was casting a couple of series yesterday as well. You know, they actually rotated in, you know, XY, Coffee, Maxed. They rotate. But they're casting over on Douyu in Chinese. Likewise, I believe Indy's casting in Polish. So he's going to be casting in Polish. And we also have Ryung. Ryung is casting in Korean. So Ryung casting, Indy, ourselves, of course. I think Wardy goes live later. I know he went live late yesterday. And I mean, I know it's quite early in Europe. So does typically go live a little bit later on. Worked hard. It's not easy to tune into all the Ducklings streams. Like, that's very impressive. Very impressive. Just because we go live like in the mornings and evenings, it's an intense schedule. Impressive, happy impressive. Yeah. But players are just getting ready, setting up. It's great to see Diego once again. Great to see Neeb once again. Remember, Neeb, he did join onside in the lead up to this tournament. Whether it's just a representative for one tournament or to keep competing further than that, it's hard to say. I think what I'm most excited about, of course, is seeing their level of play, right? Seeing how Neeb is going to be performing, how Impact is going to be performing. For a lot of these guys that haven't played and competed in a very, very long time, it's been years since, you know, Neeb, Impact, Deer, especially Innovation, since they've been actively competing in StarCraft. Been a very, very long time. I will say that Innovation, I want to say he played a little bit recently, if I recall correct. Didn't he play in it might have been another Legends show match in China. at the beginning of the year, if not last year. And I think, did he play in the Merlot King tournament? I know that the Merlot King tournament brought a bunch of people out of retirement to play like in that event as well. But I remember Innovation playing relatively recently for another like show match like this. Do you recall that? Let's double check. See if it's on Wikipedia. I don't know if Wikipedia lists show matches is the issue. Here it is. So Kung Fu Cup 2025 All-Star show matches. Yeah, there it is. I remember. In my mind, it was the Thunderfire tournament. So it wasn't Thunderfire, but it was the Kung Fu Cup All-Star. No, it was Thunderfire. There you go. There you go, Bappy. We remember. We know. We might have a little bit of time to quickly. So if you remember, at the start of this year at the Thunderfire event, so we had the main events. Can I zoom out a little bit? But we had the main events, as you can see, Hero versus Reigner. We had the playoff tournament, but there were a bunch of show matches with a bunch of ex-players. We had MMA, DRG, Rogue, Oliveira. We also had Innovation and Sue competing as well, so they did play. Meanwhile, we're just jumping right in. Oh my god, we're jumping in. The match has begun, and in the top left-hand corner, hold on, I'll mess with the audio a little bit. In the top left hand corner, we have our foreigner team. We have Team Potato Factory. It is Scarlet, Diego, Neeb. All three of them competing as one. In the bottom right hand corner, we have Team Y. It is Xiaoce, F91, and Oliveira. Let's go. Let us go as I very quickly try to set up some audio here. Un momento. I was listening to the Terran theme yesterday. Beautiful. Okay. All right, let's go. Let us go. So we have our 3v3. Once again, this is a bit of a show match to begin the event and to break the ice here. We'd have a team of casters, F91 and Xiaoce, and they're going to be carried by Oliveira. Of course, Oliveira, he is a world champion, true, and in his prime, he is the best player. I mean, he was the best player in the world, and he would be the best player here in this entire show match as well. But that was before he retired, right? Oliveira did retire quite some time ago. Over a year ago at this point. So what level is he at the moment? You know, how's he looking, and can he carry the potatoes? Can he carry his sack of potatoes up the hill and take down the potato factory? That is the real question, baby. That's the question. Meanwhile, Scarlet, Neeb, and Kelliser, they're all good friends. They're all good friends. They have a lot of history together as well, especially as, you know, they're all foreigners and all, you know, NA based at one point or another. And yeah, there's a lot of history between them. I'm sure they're going to be synced up when it comes to how they compete, and they're going to be coming in as the favorite players for sure. Again, we'll see if Oliveira can kind of like lead the charge and lead the potatoes to victory against the factory that is Scarlet, Neeb, and Kelliser. We'll see, Pappy. We'll see. But now, though, we're just going to be opening up. Looks like both Xiaoce and F91 are playing Zerg, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. They're both playing Zerg. Oliveira playing Terran. I mean, hey, Zerg is supposed to be quite... I mean, I say supposed to be. Zerg is very strong on the new patch, so maybe the double Zerg of F91 and Xiaoce can make up for that. But in 3v3, it's a little bit more chaotic. It's a little bit harder to be too aggressive here. As we do see Diego sipping on some coffee. As he does snipe the Overlord. There you go. Does snipe the Overlord. That is Xiaoce's Overlord going down. There was some banter, of course, happening on stage as we were getting into our series, into our game. Early nest here out of F91, interesting. So it does go for the earlier Banely nest here into Ling Bane. We do see Ling's amassing for Xiaoce as well. Both F91 and Xiaoce are massing up a lot of Zerglings. It looks like we're going for a flood. We're going for an all-in. Okay, we're going for an all-in. Meanwhile, we do see that Oliveira is expanding. He's going to be building up some Hellions to support the aggression. But we'll see what damage they can get done here. It's a very late Banely nest for Xiaoce, actually. Yeah, very late in comparison, but we're going for the Bane Bust. And so far, I believe the Potato Factory, I believe Neeb, Scarlet, and Kelliser, they have no idea. At the moment, they have not fully confirmed this. It has, we do see these Marines getting called out. Kelliser losing both Marines. Lings are flooding across the map as we speak. Yeah, Lings are flooding. So far, we do see... Oh, Oliveira's going to be zoned away. Again, Oliveira doesn't really have too much support for his teammates here. Oliveira, he's only got a handful of Hellions. Yeah, 3 Hellions in total. We do surround, we do try to catch the Adept, and Neeb does shade away. Scarlet's the most in danger. Scarlet's in trouble. She pulls away. She pulls into the mineral line. The boys have yet to be pulled. Scarlet, right now, she's on her own and she does evacuate. Yeah, Scarlet, she's forced to evacuate, has to evacuate the natural, pulling back into the main base. And where's Neeb? Where's Diego? We need help. Yeah, we need help as Banelings are rolling in as well, and so far Scarlet's being targeted. Neeb comes in with the Oracle, does focus on 1, 2 of the Banelings. Not bad. Yeah, a couple of Banelings are going to be focused down. But there are so many. Yeah, there are so many Banelings, and they do roll in. Oh my god. Big connections. Drones do fall. Killzer gets surrounded, and yo, Team Potato. Can the casters do it? The Hellions. Yeah, the Hellions, they pull back to the mineral line. Lings are getting roasted. The Oracles, they pop up as well. The issue here is that, yes, they are killing Scarlet. Scarlet is being ganged up upon. That is true. But at the same time, what's the answer to these Hellions? What's the answer to the Oracles? Sure, we do see some of the Hellions being chased down, but is it really enough to kill more than just Scarlet? Can we break through into Killzer and into Neeb? Yeah, so far, Ling's getting roasted. Again, the SCVs are untouched. Killzer, he defends well. And even though Scarlet's losing a lot of drones, if not every drone, by the way, Scarlet's down to 5. There's 5 drones left. Things are looking a little bit bleak for Scarlet, but they can always feed Scarlet, right? As long as we can save the hatchery, but both Killzer and Neeb, they can feed Scarlet. Remember that Xiaoxie and F91 are completely all in here, so Lings, they will overwhelm the expansion. The hatchery does fall. But is this enough damage? I mean, that's still a lot of Zerglings. That's still a lot of Zerglings. Behind this, we can see on the production tab, F91 and Xiaoxie, they finally start to drone. They start to drone, they start to saturate. We have double Stargate, double Voider production out of Neeb. Oh, he's going to Sky Toss. Meanwhile, mech out of Oliveira. So Oliveira's going to mech it up. Roach Tech for Xiaoxie. Scarlet is still on the road to recovery, and she may even lose her hatchery. No, the hatchery. Oh my god. Yeah, Blue Flame is done. Kills are also getting into mech. So we have mech versus mech. Ooh, meanwhile, Neeb gets caught out with his Oracles. Oh my god, losing 1, 2 Oracles. Massive pickoffs. Yeah, Oliveira, he caught out the Oracles. Neeb is in trouble. But again, it's massing up Voiders back at home. And Scarlet does survive on 1 base. Okay. So as it all settles here, remember that F91 and Xiaoxie, they cut workers very early to pull off that aggression. So it may look rough that Scarlet's on 1 base economy, but Xiaoxie and F91, like, they're still recovering economically themselves. Meanwhile, Neeb and Killzer were untouched. Essentially, they were untouched. Yes, Neeb lost some Oracles. Yes, Killzer lost some Hellions, but for the most part, their armies are still very robust. Here come the Void Rays pushing out, and both Killzer and Neeb, ooh, they get dragged to the Mind Shots. Oh my god, losing 1, losing 2. 2 Void Rays go down. Ay, ay, ay. Neeb, a sloppy play here, losing the Oracles and the Void Rays. Neeb, we gotta lock in. We gotta lock in here as Neeb is being shut down. Heavy losses for Neeb. And Neeb losing a lot here. It's just Diego on his own. It's I mean, Neeb, you saw some supportive units here, and he can support somewhat, but once again the Oracles, they get focused on with the Cyclones. Lock-ons are brutal. Oliveira's 1v2ing right now. Like, this is just Oliveira. Like, Oliveira on his own. He's just dominating both Killzer and Neeb. Trading very efficiently. Oliveira. I mean, I did say that, like, again, Oliveira is going to be he has to be the carry for his team. He has to be the carry. Bailey's one in. Scarlet does react, does pull away. Yeah, thankfully does pull away in time. Scarlet's still trying to recover, still droning, still massing up. And I will say that Neeb and Killzer, so far, they failed to get much counter damage done. They just traded with the army, no economic damage. We can see that Neeb is making, he's got 4 Void Rays currently, and he's making a Fleet Beacon into additional Sky Toss. So Neeb is Sky Tossing it up. Mech out of both Terrans. And it looks like Xiaoxie is now investing into Roaches. So Xiaoxie is building up a Roach-based army. F91 is still droning. F91, I believe he still plans on going Ling Bane. Oh, did I say Ling Bane? It's going to be Ling Bane into Mutaplay. Spire is in production. So Mutas and Corruptors for F91. Scan reveals the Sky Toss that Neeb is building up into. He's getting ready for a Sky Toss. Xiaoxie also responds with his own Spire. Later Spire. For now, Roach Hydra out of Xiaoxie. Ling Rain Muta out of F91. Now, again, the start has been a little bit shaky here for Team Potato Factory, but they are perfecting their armies, right? The reality is that in team games, hey, Mech plus Sky Toss is the ideal, right? That is the death blow of an army you want to get into, and Neben and Kelazar, they're getting there, right? They're working towards that. I do think it's important that we're as aggressive as we can be early on. Then we can see Xiaoxie pushing out. Likewise, Oliveira does go for the orbital, and will focus it down. Oh my god, massive pickoff, no repair. Can Oliveira calm down? Oliveira kills a base, pulls away. Okay, and I feel like Oliveira has been the carry for his team here after the Ling aggression, of course. Mutas are shouting him in from behind. Looking to harass. Oh, once again, Neeb getting caught. He gets caught by Oliveira for the 3rd time. Oh my god. Losing 1, 2, almost 3 Void Rays. Time and time again, Neeb caught with his pants down. Get Neeb a belt, Bappy. Get it. He's bled out so many units this game. Like, the issue here for Neeb as, F91 kills the main base of Scarlet. The Roaches, they move in. Kyries are trying to hold their own. They will. So what I was going to say here is that the biggest issue here is that, especially for Neeb, he's trying to build up a death ball, but he's bleeding out so many units in the process. So he's really stumbling on his way to build out that death ball of a Sky Toss army. Carriers are exposed. 1 carrier goes down to the Cyclones. And F91 is still committing to Mass Muta. No Corruptors. So still Mass Muta out of F91 and still Mass Hydra out of Xiaoxie. I think it's Xiaoxie. So now we're just mustering up our army. Once again, we do see that Kelazar and Neeb have been struggling to defend. F91 still harassing Scarlet. Cyclones, they get a lock-on, gets another carrier. Again, this just keeps happening. Cyclones, they move in, they get a lock-on, they just kill a carrier, they kill a couple of Void Rays, they kill some Oracles. Neeb will protect Scarlet. You can see Kelazar as well. Catching out some of the mutas. Nice catch. Oh my god. That's what, 4 mutas going down. Oliveira rotates. And Oliveira's moving in. Yeah, Oliveira does move in. Pushing into the mineral line. Does rest up half the mineral line. Let's say half. 4 or 5 drones go down. At the same time, carriers are out in the open. The Hydras, no, they come in from behind. And for the 4th time, Neeb gets caught out. Massive mine connections, mine shots on the carriers. Hydras, they come in as well. Tempers, they get caught by the mutas. And really nicely synced up here by Team Y. By Xiaoxie, Oliveira, and F91. They're just all 3 of them. They pull Neeb apart. Once again, mine shots popping up. Kelazar does get across the map. Okay, nice heli run by. Nice run by, nice counterattack. Drones are getting roasted. Finally, some kind of counter damage. But this does feel late, right? It does feel a little bit too late. So the reality is that Xiaoxie is almost maxed. Xiaoxie is about to max out. F91 supply is looking healthy. Oliveira supply is looking healthy. When it comes to the Potato Factory team, the only player that has a decent supply is Neeb. But it's a very immobile army and has very little support. Diego trying to hold his own. Oh my god, massive mine shots. Catching out all the Hellions. Hellions get caught. Hellions get caught out. Mass Muta not coming in. Corruptor production has now finally begun here for F91. I'm impressed that he got away with Mass Muta for as long as he did without being forced into Corruptor. Just coming in, more probes. And again, Neeb needs more time to stabilize. Now, Neeb, again, still has a pretty terrifying army, but he's distracted, and he's not a part of the main fight. He's not a part of it. Abductions coming in, catching 1, 2, 3 Cyclones. Yeah, impressive pickups. Yeah, impressive pickups here on the Cyclones, and with that, Oliveira and Shao they're breaking through. Yeah, they're pushing in. They're pushing in. Breaking through the main army. Scarlet trying to build up into Infestors. But again, Scarlet was crippled early on and never quite recovered. Was on the road to recovery, but needed more time. Did need more time. Neeb does respond. And you can see when Neeb arrives, he can defend against this, but as this is happening, as Neeb is defending against the Cyclones, we have Mutas and Corruptors moving into the bases. And they're moving into the bases here. The Lings as well in the mineral lines. Oh, carriers, they do fall to the Cyclones. Oh my god. As we get more mine shots, and once again, more carriers go down. That's another 3 carriers falling. Yeah, another 3. Yeah. 9 in total. Now, F91, I believe, did lose all of his mutas, so you can see in the supplies, F91 plummeted in supply. That was him losing all the mutas, but at this point, the time for mutas has come and gone. Now it's all about corruptors, now it's all about spellcasters as well. Oof. From here, the army does rotate. Could be rotating around. We get a decent heli run by here. It does catch a couple of drones. Again, these heli run bys from Killzor have been nice, but as I mentioned before, it feels like it's just too late because at this point, the economy is still looking very comfortable for our Chinese team, right? For Team Y, it's still very comfortable. As a lot of drones get roasted. It's a lot of drone kills. This is giving Neeb more time to build up his Skytos. Likewise, Killzor building up his own battle mech as well. More Cyclones. So they're building up a semblance of an army. Oliveira moves out. Skytos gets spotted. Ooh, Oliveira gets caught. Losing 1, 2, 3, 4 Cyclones. And 4, 5, 6 Widowmaker. Oh my god, Oliveira plummeting in supply here. Finally, a fight going Neeb's way. Neeb catches out some of the battle mech. The army has to come together. Where are the Corruptors? Where's F91? Where are the Corruptors? Back. And now moving in. The army all comes together. Scarlet now has Sumling Bane. Nice fungal. Banelings that roll in, and they do catch at the Hydras at least. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, massive Baneling shots. Hydras go down. And for the first time in this game, that was actually a better fight for foreigners, for Team Potato Factory. Yeah. Like that was the first good fight here for Neeb, Scarlet, and Killzor. I mean, they were all together as well for the first time. Scarlet had some Ling Bane and the Fungals. Diego had the Battle Mech, and we had the Skyjals from Neeb. So finally a good fight. And they kill a base. Ooh. Oliveira going for the counterattack. Dies on the mothership. Recall does it finish? It does not. Yeah, recall does not finish in time. The army has to race back home. And these Cyclones, they look a little bit trapped here. May snipe a base, but it's going to be a one-way trip. Yeah, it's going to be expensive. Tank's getting caught out as well. Nice Picos, nice trades here by Oliveira. Again, he will lose all these Cyclones, but he kills a base and he catches tanks. At the same time, Killers are getting caught out a little bit. Yeah, they're getting caught out. Oh no, the Neurals! Very nice Neurals catching at the carriers. Corruptors, they start to step in, and Neeb, he will lose everything. Killers and Neeb, they were caught out in the open. What are we doing out here, Pappy? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, they were out in the open. They were all on their own. With that, Neeb's army crumbles, and despite having a good fight earlier, and despite that reaction by Killzor as well, which was a good fight, that's the only good fight they had. As they lose their entire armies. And the issue is that they don't really have much of an economy behind this to sustain themselves. Like, they can't sustain these losses. Not like this. Not like this. Scarlet trying to mass out more Hydras. We see Neve trying to produce Void Rays. Momentum may just be too much. I say that Chaucer has lost quite a bit, and his production's been a little bit lacking. I don't... Okay, there we go. I was like, did Chaucer, like, step out of the room? Like, what's going on? What's like... He's getting back into it. Chaucer also on a very low base count, which isn't helping. I think he just got fed. Yeah. As from here, the armies are moving in. Oliveira likewise struggling when it comes to his own bank as well, after taking some losses. Army comes in, shows the blinding clouds. Does cover the tanks. 4 or 5 tanks going down. Oliveira moves in, catches out one of the infestors. And we'll clean up the tanks, but I believe we'll knock it on top of the Cyclones. I believe Kelzer should hold. Ooh, not without losing the base though. And the Cyclones, they hold their own. Corruptions, they went for a very deep dive. Catching up the mothership, but still some heavy trades here. Like, this was a messy engage here from Team Y. Very messy engage. Oh, shout to Neeb. Does kill CC. And a hatchery. Just sniping bases. Being a nuisance. We can see Scarlet trying to build up into Lurker Infestor. Trying to. I think they're also pointing out just how inefficient Team Y has been. I do agree. I feel like Xiaoce being stuck on Roach Hydra has been stuck on it for too long. Like, we could have teched up from here into a more spellcaster like Ling Hydra based composition. Or Corruptor Viper Broodlord. Corruptor Viper Broodlord Infestor. So a little bit messy in that sense. Oof. Likewise, the Voids, they catch out some of the harassing units. Once again, another nice run by here from Kellizer. Does roast up a mineral line. Catching out all the SCVs. Okay. Again, we're getting a little bit messy here. F91 needs to give some of his resources to Oliveira. Like, what? Give Oliveira some money. Give him some money, papi. Yeah, Lurkers, they burrow. The army cannot engage. Once again, as you mentioned, like, these Lurkers and tanks, what do we need against this? Broodlords. Like I'm a little bit shocked that no one is teched up into Broodlords here for Team Y. There is no Broodlord tank. Yeah, a little bit messy, a little bit chaotic. Scarlet, despite the fact that Scarlet was the first player to be knocked down to a very low drone count, Scarlet's about to max. Like, Scarlet's looking much healthier now. Much healthier. Getting into a Hydra Lurker Viper. Scarlet has recovered. Ooh, and Oliveira, he has no economy. He taps out. Wow, Oliveira taps out. I mean, Oliveira's broke. I mentioned earlier that they need to be feeding Oliveira, and they're tapping out. They failed to break. No shot. Yeah, you can see, I think it's F91 is still in there trying to play it out. But GG gets called, and with that, Kellizer, and even Scarlets, they will survive the onslaught, and they will take game 1. Win the series. GG. GG, well played. An impressive hold there from our foreigners, from Neba, Scarlet, and Kelzer. Things were looking dire, to be honest. Things were looking very, very dire for them. But as we noticed, even though there was a lot of momentum in favor of Oliveira, F91, and Chaucer, they did not tech up. Like, they didn't build up into a high tech army. Like, they stayed on a very mid-tier composition, And at a certain point, there was no answer to lurkers. Like the siege line of lurkers, siege line of tanks, they were running into them and they had no answer. There was no Broodlord tech. There was no like BC production. There was no like Raven tech. There was nothing greater here. It was just Battle Mech, Hellion Cyclone with Roach Hydra. And some corruptors as well, but like it was still like a very mid-tier composition, and they got outscaled. They failed to break through. They're running out of money. GG. GG, well played. But again, an impressive comeback here from Scarlet, especially. Scarlet went down to like 16 drones and was dead for like the first like 20 minutes or the first half of this game, and then was able to eventually recover. And because her bases were untouched, because took a longer time to get saturated, she was able to actually thrive with that economy coming in towards a longer game. Built up with lurkers. GG. GG, well played. There was no like final fight. It was more of Oliveira kind of petering out because he just had no money left. He had no economy. Did peter out over time. GG. And we're about to have a winners interview. Let's go. Let us go.
问一下我们的土豆工厂啊，上来其实是蛮针对这里的，尤其针对嘎姐，把他的农民打到只有这个几个农民啊，8、9个农民了。请问当时他们是队内怎么去讨论最后
？See, sack of potatoes too heavy. True.
At the first time, maybe 5 minutes, and they just as last maybe Scarlet maybe to 8 or to 9 workers at last. So how you adjust of this situation and come back?
Yeah, I think that was a difficult moment for us. I remember asking my teammates, oh, should I start using 2 hands? And I think I heard Gaje said, yes, we need 2 hands. I have 5 drones. And I said, okay.
We need to use 2 hands, man. I got 5. There you go. I thought Scarlet went down to like 2. Yeah, Scarlet did go down to 5 workers. 5 drones. Crazy.
双手啊，那这边问一下，上来李培南其实制定的战术很成功啊，上来前期打的一波是成功的，你当时就是制定这样的一个战术，包括其实我们看到你跟黄哥在打正面，派孙哥去侧面偷鸡摸狗撩鹰腿，是你制定的战术吗？
这个我只能说我们没打好。这关于这个怎么进入地狱的，先别说，反正我是觉得我这个前期我们制定的战术是对的嘛，然后中间我确实立了很多的功啊，我这个真立功了，大家可以看得到啊，但是确实是打到中后期这个。有点难为这个2位老将了，这个确实魔法单位操作起来太难了。
想问一下孙哥，是当前版本的虫族其实很厉害，当前版本的虫族你是怎么做到人口这么少，而且后面拿了那么多的矿，为什么没有作用啊，孙哥？
首先，当前版本虫族很厉害，跟群殴虫族厉不厉害是2码事情。
你说的没错。
这第一点，第二点是我1至200人口还要给黄哥钱。
真的吗？
我前面给了你2000多不还的吗？
哎，孙哥，我们想知道，就是有一波你的腐化是立功了，我们说腐化立功，但我们想知道为什么你没有变大龙呢？
因为我们的队长说大龙没用。
来，队长说话。
因为那个时候其实他们主要就是 Nib 嘛，其实他们不太需要。这边的话有上分，还有飞蛇，还有我的。
Oliveira throwing shade at the casters.
主要是靠那个腐化和那个飞蛇要把
But true.
清完。但是我确实这个让 Nib 和孙哥去1v1有点
太为难孙哥了，是的，太为难孙哥了。这样子吧，我们这边的话也是2位传奇的这个老姐说了嘛，毕竟李培南，他们说就是李培南，你像那个一个护航带了2个老板一样，实在是太辛苦了。
一会儿把费用结一下就好了。
对，希望待会儿2位老板把我们李护航的费用结算一下。好的，那也是非常感谢两边队伍给我们带来了很精彩的表演赛。那今天依然有正赛环节会带给大家，让我们稍事休息一下，一会儿就有精彩的正赛给大家看了。
GG, well played. Este Oliveira. I mean, I would agree with Oliveira's sentiments in the sense that like their early to mid game was solid. Like they were in a commanding position, Babby, but they did kind of fall off over time. My sentiment was that they didn't tech up into like hive tech into like greater units. Oliveira saying that they probably could have pulled it off with like layer tech composition with like better spellcaster control. But regardless, GG well played. Again, impressive comeback from Scarlet, Neeb, and Kelazur. They had to use both hands, Babby. GG well played. Congratulations. Is this China? Yes, this is a big offline event happening in China. a 4-day event, 4 days of Douyu Cup, and this was the icebreaker. This was the show match. This was a 3v3 show match between the Potato Factory and Team Y, and they cooked, Pappy. They cooked. I do like the comment from Setsuno earlier that the sack of potatoes was too heavy. that should have been Oliver's comment. That should have been his comment. Potatoes were too heavy. Aye. It was fun though. It was a solid game. Solid game. It was a lot of fun. GG. Well played. Basically just glazed himself and threw shade at the boomers. Oh no. Don't like this. But with that, so we're going to be going on a break. Going to be going on a short break here. When we come back, we will have our next series. Very quickly here, exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the back yourselves. Un momento as I quickly do show off that bracket. Bam. There we go. Okay. So we have the group stage. We have the group stage here. So we already wrapped up with Group A and D yesterday, and here we have Group B and Group C. Group B and C is today. Up first is going to be Group B, so it's going to be a group with Neeb, Maxed, Cyan, and Impact. Bam! The first series on stream: Neeb versus Impact. Oh my god! Again, I'm a huge Impact fan. He used to be on Axiom, and we're massive Axiom fans here on the CranKy Ducklings. Neeb, of course, has his own history behind him as well, a more recent player as well. Bearing in mind, we need Impact to flex on screen. We need him to take the shirt off. We need for those who don't know, Impact post military service, instead of coming back to StarCraft, he became a bodybuilder. And he started competing in tournaments, and he has a chiseled body, mate. It's crazy. Impact's transformation is insane. So he became a bodybuilder and was competing in tournaments in Korea, in bodybuilding, I should say. And he won like a couple of medals as well. It's insane. I think it was last year. He won some medals, so they should lean on that when it comes to promotional material. But so we'll see how Impact performs against Neeb. Likewise, Neeb is a more recent retiree. Neeb retired like 2 years ago. Impact retired like 5 or 4 years ago. So Impact's been out of the game for a lot longer. Neeb is a more recent competitor. So I'm gonna lean towards Neeb, but also the patches Zerg favored. So maybe patch buff. But I think like muscle buff, like we'll see how Impact does. He needs like a steel mouse and keyboard to make sure it doesn't break them, baby. Aye. Meanwhile, we have Maxed and Cyan. They're also going to be competing as well. They're also more informed, so I'm curious to see how all the Protosses do compete amongst each other here. Meanwhile, after Group B, we have Group C, the group of death is what I will say. Scarlet, Innovation, Deer, and Kelazur, the legends in among themselves. Again, Scarlet, Innovation, Deer, they all peaked back in 2013. I still remember like Heart of the Swarm era coming into BlizzCon 2013, GSL as well, right? With Scarlet, she was like the foreign hope back then, one of the best players outside of Korea, if not the best player outside of Korea. I believe this was pre-Snoop. I think it was just before Snoop rose up. It was like Scarlet and like Naniwa. Like they were like the two best players outside of Korea. And I remember they even had a show match amongst themselves. Like it was, I think that was like the Bitcoin like Ting show match, if I remember correctly. Something of that nature. But yeah, that was back in 2013. Innovation, he had just won GSL. Deer, he had just won like the GSL finals, the season finals, if you remember, like the cross finals event that they had. Again, it's crazy. That was also during the time of the Red Bull Battlegrounds, the Bomber versus Scarlet on Habitation Station. That was also like that era of StarCraft as well. Like that's when I see these three names, that's the era of StarCraft that I think of. So yeah, we'll see how they perform all these years later. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Group C is going to be hype. It's going to be hype. Let's go. For now, though, we're going to be going on a break. When we come back, we'll have a next series. We'll have a Group B. We'll have Neeb versus Impact. Our PVZ ready for you. Let's go. Impact versus Idra bodybuilding competition when? Is Idra bodybuilding? I know that Idra went into like cooking. He became like a chef or so. Oh, there he is. I know he became like a chef and got into cooking. I know that Jinro got into like MMA and things like that. I know Jinro was all about that. But thank you so much. Sorry, I was reminiscing about the past. But thank you so much, Babe. Thanks so much for gifting a sub. Thank you so much. Gracias. Este Babylings. Giving us up to Maples. Say is wondering if there's a clean feed. No. Well, we use a like a quote-unquote dirty feed. I don't know if you heard, but we have to like lower the volume when casting because of the other casters. Okay. But thank you, baby. Thank you. The misclick. He does physics, but he also got jacked. Oh, there you go. There you go. For now, though, we're going to be going in that break. Here. So when we come back, we'll have our next series. We'll have Impact versus Need. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon. Pappy. See you soon.